Hi everyone, I'm Satpal Bedi at Logistics Shakti. Today we are at Logistics Shakti to discuss about the future of supply chain in India, and our top industry leaders are here to discuss about the same. I'm joined by Deepak Goel, Director Supply Chain at Bausch Lomb. Welcome and thank you, Deepak.
Thank you, Vediji, for having me here. So it
How
is
are you?
great pleasure. I am absolutely fine.
Thanks again for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much for having
Ms.
me.
Deepak, to begin with, could you please tell about something about the Bausch Lomb and the role of logistics in your work of life?
So Bausch Lomb, as you know, that is a leader in vision care products across the globe, right? So we have certain categories like vision care, where we are dealing with the contact lenses and the lens care solution, the surgical, where we are dealing with the intraocular lenses and the phaco surgery machines, and the refractive part, right? And globally, there is also pharmaceutical part as well. So we are supplying to almost 50 countries. So it is we have the whole portfolio in the eye care category. Yes.
So it's a more or less a medical device and pharma and
Yes.
eye care
Yes.
is
So it's in the medical device and the pharmaceutical category.
pharmaceutical.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So what is the role of logistics in your work of life and Bausch and Lomb, we can say that.
So logistics plays a very, very critical role in supply chain, and more so with the coming of the e-commerce, the consumer preferences are changing, right? So the consumer wants very fast delivery now. So he has the choices. So he has a different mode of delivering the products where there are different sort of category. These are the e-commerce, these are the offline modes. So he has the lot of options now, right? So we have to adapt according to the changing consumer mindset also. So now supply chain even has become very, very important and plays a major role in overall demand generation, as well as getting the product reach to the end consumer as well. Yeah.
At a time when global supply chains are being redefined, what is the one shift India must take uh, immediately?
Yeah. So if we talk about this particular issue, right? So we have to see the background why this change is happening in the global supply chain, right? So first of all, there is a lot of disruption across the globe, right? And there is a volatility in the economic scenario for all the countries. The developed economies are seeing a lot of inflation, as well as they are seeing a lot of uh, uh, consumer consumer per capita income decreasing because of the inflation as well, right?
I want to say ask like how Malawi, it's the redefined actually.
Yeah. So because of that, people are looking a lot of nationalism, and also they are trying to, each and every country is trying to develop their domestic capabilities as well, right? And secondly, because of the over dependence upon the China, right? And people are looking for, and the countries and the corporates are looking for alternate source as well, right? And we have seen dependency on one country can lead to disastrous results, especially during the COVID-19. Everybody has seen that. So now people are looking for China plus one strategy, right? Which is probably so these couple of things. One is internal capability development, and the secondly is the China plus one strategy. So this is redefining the entire global supply chain, right? And India is playing a very, very important role in this, because we have very, very huge manpower along with the young manpower, right? And secondly, the internal demand of India is very strong, right? So this is a redefining of overall supply chain across the globe, which is happening right now.
I mean, you can say the shift India must take.
Yeah. So India has a great opportunity to grab this overall realignment of the supply chain, but uh, because of our the size of the economy as well, right? But we have to take a huge shift. There are certain challenges which we have, the roadblocks which we have to remove to gain that share in the global supply chain, right? The first one is the labor reforms and the skill set that our we have a huge population, we have a huge manpower, but that lacks the basic skills. Those are required for success in the today's global manufacturing digital supply chain, right? So first, government has to give them that sort of skill set training which can equip them to work in this sort of scenarios. The second part is the labor reforms, right? Because as we have seen in the Noida also, so this can have a very, very bad taste on the overall disruption, right? So they see, if the people are coming from outside and they see this kind of disruption, they have very, very negative image about the entire countries also, right? And secondly, the digitization of the supply chain, right? So it will also play a very, very critical role. As you can see, in most of the Indian manufacturers are still tying with the old processes, right? So the digitization is very, very important.
From this summit, what is one actionable takeaway that should move into execution? You can say that's this move. I think it should immediately to be in the actionable.
So as we have discussed that this India has a huge opportunity also from this summit, and we have to move very fast, right? So a couple of things which we can take away, right? The speed to the market, and for that digitization is very, very important, right? And the second one is skill set of the manpower. Third is multi-nodal development of the logistics points, right? Because right now you see that last mile delivery and other there are roadblocks which are very teething issue in India supply chain, overall supply chain. And the third one is for, especially for, which is critical for the pharmaceutical supply chain, is the development of the cold chain hubs. Right, on cold chain is very, very big issue, right? So we don't have the sort of state of the art facility, right?
And how critical is supply chain reliability in healthcare, particularly in healthcare?
Yeah, supply chain reliability is very important in healthcare, because healthcare is the field where we are directly dealing with the consumer health also, the patient health also. Any sort of delay can have a life threatening consequences on overall supply chain, right? And also in case of any adverse event, so we should have the traceability also during the entire supply chain as well, right? So the digitization of the supply chain, the traceability, and the cold chain is very, very important. So the actually the product should reach to the consumer with the full efficacy, with the full traceability at the right time.
Because if the patient is in
Yes.
Already in OT.
Yes. So there are certain patients who require there is certain patient where the surgery is planned and product have to reach at the right time. But along with that also, there are certain patient like the dialysis, etc., where the patient is continuity is very important for the treatment, right? So the product at the right time is very, very important. The pharma side, and also with the right kind of efficacy, with the absolute temperature requirement, it should reach to the end consumer, right? So the reliability is very important. Otherwise, it can have a life-threatening sort of consequences on the entire supply chain. Yeah.
And what disruptions impact pharma and medical devices logistics the most?
See, as we were discussing, that the pharmaceutical and the devices are more critical in terms of the temperature requirements, right? So these are more sensitive products. Like the geopolitical tension that we are seeing right now with the Iran war is playing a critical part. As I can give the example of Bausch Lomb as well, right? So our couple of containers are stuck in Strait of Hormuz, right? These are very sensitive products which require the temperature monitoring, and from last 25 days, these are stuck there, right? So because of that, we are not absolutely sure about the efficacy of the product also when we will get it, right? So these are the global disruption also. Second is, because of this, the cost will also very big factor, right? So now the ocean trade is deeply affected. So now we have to import by the air mode, which is increasing the cost.
Sometimes port congestion,
yes,
also it's a factor.
Port congestion is also very important factor, which is leading to this one. Third is the cold chain facility. We don't have
as we are many products are coming from from US and
yes,
so by ship.
Yes. So the port, the efficiency at the port is very poor in India, right? So we don't have that sort of world class port facility that we can see in Dubai or maybe China in certain ports. And third is the bureaucracy, right? So that is also the compliance and the bureaucracy. I will give you just small example of the EPR compliance, right? On ground, we are not ready for these kind of plastic reforms that the government is asking us to do that, right? So because of that, I'm not seeing any sort of compliance happening in the ground also, but we have to pay a huge cost to make that compliant also. And also there are a lot of shipment which are getting stuck at the ports also because of this. So these are the roadblocks that we are facing right now.
So as you know better, like cold chain system is very important in pharma, particularly.
Yes.
So how it can be strengthened if some, you can say it's not good in India right now. It's tier 2 or 3 cities don't have, cold chain
facilities. Yes.
And even there are some distributors don't have cold chains
Yes.
system in place.
Yes.
So how it can be strengthened?
So government in the first place has to give a lot of incentive for the infrastructure development. They have to create a multinodal facility where there are GDP compliant cold chain facilities also. So we have to invest a lot of money on the reefer systems also, and also strengthen the last mile delivery part also, right? So there is a lot of investment which is required. So one, government can give some certain tax incentives to the industries as well for the development of these. So once we are able to develop these kind of infrastructure facilities, only then we can do that, right? The second is we have to spend a lot of money on the digitization of to develop those IoT system which can online monitor temperature requirement also, because the entire supply chain, the temperature has to be maintained.
Yes, yes.
Currently, we don't have that facility as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So this would be the last question because it's related to technology. So how is the technology improving efficiency?
So you can see that this, because technology is playing very, very critical role, right? So now we are seeing in case of quick commerce, how this has changed the speed of the delivery. Now we are able to get the delivery of the product in 10 minutes, which was impossible few years back or few months back, right? So now, because of this just technology, we are seeing that kind of changes happening, and they are able to deliver the products in 10 minutes. And I can give you an example of Bausch Lomb also. We have developed a solution in which we have integrated the entire part of the supply chain, distributors, retailers, as well as the sales team. So we are now able to measure those sort of metrics which we were not able to do earlier also. Every management can take the informed decisions. They can take the timely decision for any sort of competition activities happening. So they have the right decision making power on their hand itself with the help of the inputs.
So automation is also
yes,
very important.
automation is very important.
Yes. So thank you, Deepak, for joining us. It's
Thank you. It was my
great time
pleasure.
with you, and enjoy the event.
Thank you very much. I think it's a great event which can help to government also to know about the shortcomings in the infrastructure. Also, they can redesign the policy as well. So this can become an industry as well as the government. So this can become a very, very good event. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.